by Baby Bay and a return to form Jogamo being able to play on this Neon. Agent is on right now. G2 are taking him right back to the double duelist look.
It looks like Joy is back where he's comfortable, Wyatt.
For MIBR, they had a strong one against Furia, running the double duelist of their own. A lot of B-pops on Breeze at the moment, running this double duelist comp. And G2 don't intend on defending it too heavily to set up for the retake. Verno spotted out, but knows it's wiser to live than to overcommit to that fight early into the round.
Starting to rattle off the calls to his players inside the B side that there is a backstab brewing. Aspas, though, sharpest attack across the side, dealt with Leaf and traded out. Oh my goodness, Verno. Quite the correction and just in time. He was down to 2. Now things get a bit uncomfortable for Baby Bay because he would be putting himself into a pincer scenario if he committed.
As that Viper wall drops from the attackers, Trent is caught though. The Baby Bay feels uncomfortable. At what time will Verno just take the peek out of window and try to backstab?
Oh, I love this though.
Oh, just not able to connect the shots. Verno not out in time to capitalize.
Okay, well, at least he doesn't get punished for that. That could have been even worse. Valorant into the smoke. Runs headlong into Tex and is handled. Baby Bay hears. Not hitting anyone right now.
Some early whips from Baby Bay, but if there's one player in this server of the 10 that I can trust to shake something like that off, it would be him. He has been the mental rock for this G2 team. When they've been down, like in the game against Cloud9, they started slow. He willed them back into it, so I'm not going to overreact. I mean, he's just a little bit to the left on all those shots. Just slightly off. That was well played by MIBR, though. Really just playing off the drops of Tech's wall to take duels together, open facing with multiple players. All works out well.
And they knew that whole round there was going to be pressure from Elbow. They handled it so well. Baby Bay in full rat position. That spot is being pinged. There's gate crash, of course, for the Yoru back towards defense side spawn. Nice jaw, okay. Bandit sings out. Good pressure here over towards A main, but they're going to have to get active. Leaf finding Aspas here towards B now means that MIBR have to accelerate in, but they may not be ready.
All right, they have been able to deal with these anchors with the worst weapons. Baby Bay, Redemption in the same spot, but Mazzino able to turn around before he can even get a shot off with the Marshall.
Okay, Jorg.
Yeah, little danger for a second. The new Bandit damage paid off for Leaf, and Tex maybe a little bit too exploratory over on that A side, pushing into the smoke with an off timing, but MIBR stabilize. And they don't lose the most important of weapons in that round, so it doesn't really hurt too bad at all.
Something you notice about this MIBR team is they prefer the energy to be low. They are a low-key kind of team. Verno and Aspas do not want people on their left and right getting up, screaming, yelling, and shouting. Very business-like atmosphere. Whereas on G2, Baby Bay and his pop-offs are crucial to get them back into games. These two teams are fueled by entirely different things.
Yeah, business-like for them, but also able to just keep things fun. Like yesterday, we saw even when they were losing on Abyss to Furia, it never seemed like they were mentally out of it. But on this bonus round, a lot of rifles for MIBR, so not a bad buy at all as the Nebula drops and they're ready to just take elbow control. Now double back. It's back to the B-pops. We're going to see a lot of these. It really is just a big part of the Breeze meta right now. It is so effective to hit sites hard with this double duelist.
Baby Bay knows he's going to have to fight inside the side here. Aspas is dashed in already. Zekin's handled. Baby Bay is able to fall back to a position where he sees the Yoru coming. He does take a fair lick of damage in doing so, but Leaf is tucked in the corner, and that's the spike to go loose. Trent steps up from Archers. G2 now getting active on this defense side, not giving MIBR a chance to settle into the site. Flawless round for G2, quite a way to get into the game.
Lovely anchoring there from Leaf and Dre. Doubled up on that site. Real disconnection cards for MIBR from the G2 utility. I think coming through in the choke might have been a grab. We didn't exactly get to see. I feel like that's probably most likely, but the pack did get cut off from the duelists. That allowed Leaf to get that free kill on Mazzino when he was late, just having to walk out of the smoke completely dry. And then Trent gets in there as well. All right, bro, come on. Give Baby Bay and Leaf a little credit there. They were the first kills, but Trent did a great job too.
After all that teasing about not getting an ace, he needs a bit extra to get him going in some of these games.
And he did get his first ace this year, and he was still celebrating about it recently in interviews, which is hilarious.
Baby Bay, okay! Those are the kind of fights that you won't unk for. Tex and Mazzino barely got off the starter's mark in this round. They're still over towards that attack side spawn. And there it is, G2 disruptive. Get ahead of the play. Catch MIBR completely flat-footed.
That's a new GT moment. The double duelist push. Well, not going to be a flawless this round, as Tex is able to deal with Leaf. But even still, for MIBR, how do you get back into this? BabyBay low HP, Jaw as well, so if they catch the right timing, those could be some very easy kills for them. They're doubled up, walking through elbow.
Trent should have his recon up.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like he's just jiggling that angle, temporarily forced back, though.
Okay, the pass for the Sova. Here's Jaw. Nice little timing here. Tex is obviously fully revealed now, and BabyBay should be able to pop out on it, but he's low. Eventually puts that to bed. Gets a little bit messy, but that's G2 now with some consecutive round wins. And again, it's been that proactivity on this defense, on this B side of the map, that's helped them get ahead.
And because of that flawless on the prior round, that damage is really not all too significant anyhow. Oof. Nothing too complex from the duelist duo there. Just a display of the raw aim power that they have right now and their desire to just impose their will on the game with early aggro plays like that on defense, constantly keeping the attackers on their toes, forcing them into early passive positions on rounds.
Such a fine line, being proactive on defense without just taking wild fights constantly. That wasn't quite the adjustment required there for BabyBay.
How about that? The crouch from Tex just dialed on that angle.
He's looked very sharp already in this map.
Yeah, it feels like Tex is definitely starting to bounce back on this roster. There were definitely question marks about his inclusion in it after a slow year with Lev in 2025. Verno as well now, as G2 are just getting too aggro. Ooh, all right, that's nice from Jaw there. What a timing.
The spanner in the works for sure. That's the spike going loose now. It's all of G2 converge on that position. Look to make it difficult for MIBR to get purchase. Okay, out of nowhere. That's the explosiveness you're looking for out of Jorgamo. And big damage on Aspas to force him off the line. Mazzino is down. Jaw ends up being felled by a classic until this round is going to be tough to bring back for Aspas. As Valorant makes his contribution and gets G2 out with 3 rounds.
Had them sweating, though. That stick shot from Tex to open things up. Maybe an over push into elbow. Verno gets that free kill. In that moment, Leaf just walking forward. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but we did see in that game against NRG, there were moments where G2
good save, my brothers.
were almost getting overconfident, pushed a little bit too much, and that gave NRG an inroads back into the game, though it was ultimately only temporary. But that can't be a situation they find themselves in here today. MIBR maybe just going right back to the simplicity of the B-pop, but this time with a lot of ultimates the Anchors will have to deal with.
BabyBay has the option to fall back should he want to. Flash on the drone, and it's not going to see the Euro in this corner. No, BabyBay's hidden entirely, and Aspas is up into the line. Hunter's Fury in play. BabyBay unperturbed, it's Leaf for 3 through the smoke. This round is at risk of falling apart instantly now with Verno, the last up. Leaf collects his 4. And G2 now starting to build some of that swagger we've seen from them in the last few games.
The B-holds are just rock solid. And when you have B-holds that good on current Breeze, the attacking side is going to seriously struggle. It is important to win rounds on these pops, but again, there's this disconnection.
Yo, y'all should see that replay. I did not see anybody.
We saw it. And he's right.
You'd never get that out of me. But that's all I'm saying.
That Aspas updraft dash over, it's awkward. He's just caught out in the open at ladder. Maybe trying to get around the corner. BabyBay off once yet. Yep. They've had the money for it. And that has been an aspect of this G2 game that I think has taken them to the next level. They didn't have a super strong, dedicated AWPer in the past, but now they do. Not even a factor in this game yet. On Breeze defense, one of the best AWPing maps in the game, though maybe not as much now with the heavy pop style on attack. He just wants to keep the rifle for the close range fights. Very reasonable too, but...
Yeah, we saw that play into elbow, right? 3 kills for the defenders.
Now, out of this timeout from MIBR, they have a lot of ultimates to work with. They prioritize getting this orb over on the A side.
G2's so wary about a split here, Wyatt.
Yeah, absolutely. Potential for Zekin to get the dimensional drift in this round, too. So that dart up mid is not going to scan anything.
Sure, going for info.
That is active from Jaw on the slide across. And he had Dre with him to be able to kill the player that presumably would have been just spraying a Jaw on the slide. But
how effective can Valen be here? At least low economy. Try and play his life as much as possible, but he does need to get some info.
now, Verno would love to get a tag with this so he could rip the Hunter's Fury, have everyone scale in off the back of that.
Gonna go for it anyway. Decent idea of where to aim it by the looks of things. BabyBay a little bit low, but here's Valen fighting inside main. Aspas with the Blade Storm connects. Headshot onto Jorgamo. BabyBay's gonna try and fight his way back in, but he's low. And he needs these reinforcements. He still wants to play so active here. Instead of waiting for Trent to get there for double door, maybe didn't feel like he had the time.
Look at this HP on MIBR, though. They are vulnerable to one shock dart. They want to swing out. They want to fight together, all on Trent.
Trent did well there. Good position to stay alive, and surely he can disrupt this plant if he can get a shock here around the corner. It's a little on the later side. So Zekin does get the stick. Could be a timing here for Trent. He's heard the updraft too. 1 versus 2. Trent with a lot of work to do, and nice little impromptu high-low setup there for MIBR. Will do him in.
Desperately needed round. That time switching up into the A. Exec, great Hunter's Fury came out from Verno. Really disrupted the setup. He gets multiple tags with it as well. So it's an easy trade there onto Valen. The ultimate's expended out of the timeout, but a good round called. Fraud getting in the mix was the solution for them to get on the board.
And honestly, most of that round, G2 have no idea where MIBR are. We saw Jaw go into mid, trying to find some info. Nothing.
BabyBay does finally pick up that operator we were talking about, posting up in elbow.
It is ballsy.
That Nebula forces him to a slightly more passive angle.
Is he going to swing this?
Oh my, okay. Oh, that was a leg shot onto Aspas. Down to 30 HP. Trent hoping he's stood over behind the box, but that's not going to be the case, so Shock Dart won't get the damage he would have hoped.
BabyBay gets to fall back, having taken too much damage before that gate crash came in.
Here it is from BabyBay, re-clearing into mid, going down elbow.
Verno spotted out.
This is still so early into the round and nothing really seen that it's not going to alter the G2 positions too dramatically whatsoever.
Valen playing off the site here. Cosmic Divide for retake could be pretty crucial.
And now at this point, MIBR could absolutely think there's something going on in mid from G2. There is the potential of that, so Zekin has to clear out through doors as this split is going to come in from MIBR. Success on A last round, let's go for it again.
On the side here, Joel goes forward, takes Verno out of the game, but Zekin now appears out of the dimensional drift. Nova Pulse though connects. The follow-up though, unlikely. Valen knows it's a clone that's going past him. G2 are here, ready to fight.
Yeah, but 2 players on site. The other 2 rotate, still miles away. Valen and Trent have to be dialed in right now. It doesn't look like MIBR want to do anything proactive. They don't have any flashes left on Zekin. They can't really fight forward, but they can fight in the pit. But Leaf, this timing might be everything. Mazzino, is he ready?
He's ready. Oh no! Gun away! Now Leaf has that backstab pressure. Viper's Pit, of course, will protect MIBR to some degree, but Valen is in there like swimwear! 2 down! And Aspas limping around the side at 30 health. It'll be a multi-swing to clean up the goat himself. And G2 will post 5.
That's super well done, just being able to maneuver around the map. Leaf getting that flank is crucial. The free kill on Mazzino, and that's the go button for the rest of the G2 team when he's also just causing that distraction being back there. Jaws going for a lot of plays like that on Neon, by the way. We saw that in the last series, and here he will just go for a solo timing, slide in, relay bolt.
It reminds me of what we see from G2 on Bind as well. Constant push-ups, a lot of pops, but rarely is he giving himself up for free. A 1-for-1 where he takes down the Sova, feels fine.
Now what is going on here? Look at Aspas. I mean, pretty dramatic contrast to the investment from everybody else.
The hero
Op and armor. Everyone else, nothing. That's pretty crazy to go for right now. I mean, they don't even have any ults coming up in the next round.
Different shades.
It's not like he's going to have knives for the next round if they lose this. So, oh no! And that is gone. Opener for Jaw. Beautiful shot.
Op recovered, at least by Tex, who's a pretty dab hand with the scope weapons himself.
And that used to be his bread and butter when he was a duels player himself. Look at this timing, though, from G2, waiting for the Nebula drop. Doubled up. Jaw dominant in this round.
2 pops, 2 kills from Jaw.
It's this new G2 Pro activity. Baby Bay is slowly watching that angle.
I love that he flashes and he's ready for another.
One enemy remaining.
Nothing encompasses what G2 are good at more than a round like this. That was spectacular.
A slow dismantling of MIBR, who were so close to just already qualifying for Santiago in that upper bracket, but couldn't get things over the finish line. And now we're sent to the middle bracket where G2 are waiting, who many people would argue after that loss against Furia.
Yo, he had a op, bro. He had a hero op, bro. Yeah, one tap, boy.
Many people would argue, though, this G2 team looked like the best team after that loss to Furia, just given how they were playing in the last 2 games. It is a reasonable argument to make. So this is tough for MIBR. Jaw on the aggression, but caught by Aspas on the dash away.
Just a little bit too early for those relay bolts, and it's possible MIBR were far back enough not to be impacted by them.
This is a round as well where Verno, selfless IGL, just had a sheriff, but should be able to recover that rifle, and does. So it's now a full buy for MIBR.
Conceal this Astra Util on the choke. Looks like they're out of there. Valen is Nova pulsed as a parting gift from MIBR. Fair enough.
And some after many rounds of more emphasis towards the A side. MIBR are going back to B, where Baby Bay, Leaf, Brick Wall, they were giving them nothing. Flawless rounds even.
He's the drone. Yep, this is going to get Baby Bay off the line. He had the gate crash. Okay, looks like he might have hit a clone there, unclear. Either way, Zeka deep into the site. Trent caught lacking there. Now Baby Bay knows he's on a clock. Lee tries to take a timing, but he makes enough noise. Verno is waiting for it.
Spike planted.
Flash for Baby Bay. He's got to be jumping about here. Money not an issue for G2, but definitely a bit of a horrific start to this defense round.
And even with the money in a good spot, they just want to save. Why not? Feels pretty hopeless at that juncture, so can't really blame them. And that time on the hold for G2, juxtaposed to the previous rounds where MIBR went for B pops, Baby Bay is playing with the op. It is tougher. That's something we did mention briefly earlier, that him having the rifle is better for those situations. You could see from his point of view, it would have been better in that specific situation.
He could have tucked on that off angle.
And it's not that he shouldn't be picking the op up at some point in the game, but it is going to be harder to hold that site. And at that, Leaf was going for a play down elbow at the same time, so he didn't have a teammate to play off of his close position, his temporary distraction. G2 were just not in position to hold that like they were on those early rounds where they were denying MIBR.
Okay, so yeah, those relay bolts would not have connected either way. A very disciplined round from MIBR, and again, they don't tip their hand in that first 30 to 40 seconds.
Yeah, Trent just ends up being kind of isolated there, coming in late, and the Baby Bay teleports away, forces the TP away. So MIBR clawing back some rounds after the pistol only being the real success for a while in this first half. Dre's still on that off. Gets a shot off, but a little bit wide.
Sometimes those openers on breeze from defenders with ops can feel a bit forced.
And the wall goes up for Jaw. It's going to drop at a great time, but Tex ready for that kind of play. Maybe he shot through the wall. Tex on half HP.
That's meaningful damage, but all the middle of the map is under MIBR's control. The world, or this map rather, is their oyster. I like this from Valen. What a timing to take. Tex is handled.
And now that there's fighting out of A, MIBR want to work back into this B. Execute. Drone coming through. Aspas dash up top. Leaf pinged out. Real danger right now. Trying to stay alive. Backside. Trent is there to help. Aspas dealt with.
Somehow he's still safe for the time being. Leaf, though, is going to get slid on there. Gets Zek. And Verno's up onto the side.
And he slipped back into the Nebula. Oh, that timing. Baby Bay unscoping.
Valen's watching that jump peak for him now.
Zekin stuck on the side. No gate crash. Can't get out of it. It's all about the timing, Baby Bay. You just can't connect.
But Valen's picking up all of Baby Bay's angles here, Wyatt. Now it's the Smig himself versus Kid Wonder. Half. It's moving. Shot in the back, Verno. Slithers back around to B main. And it's a one-round map. heading into round number 12.
That was a good decision from Verno, just calling that quick pivot into the B exec. With Valorant pushing out of A, he catches Tex in mid. They get all the way back into main.
One enemy remains standing.
And they're able to actually get out of the choke there as well. It took them a second, but they eventually play off the space that Ospas created, getting in really deep. Zek can have that crucial kill, winning the duel against Leaf. On backside B down that lane, so MIBR, again, they're clawing back into this game. It felt like it was dominant for G2, and suddenly we're just barreling towards a dead even half.
It's definitely a map that comes in stark contrast to MIBR's Breeze yesterday, where it feels like they really weren't offered a whole lot of resistance. First time we've seen this from G2, and all round they look very solid.
So Trent gets a little bit of info on mid, at least knows that nobody will be posted up close towards elbow.
It's a shallow drone, Wyatt.
Yeah, they're really biding their time, though. I mean, you can look at the spike. It's just dropped back towards B. You know, so you can imagine they're going to try to work the map and then pivot into a B pop, most likely. They have the Hunter's Fury to get in. Counter Hunter's Fury from Trent eventually, though, to deny the plant, maybe activate some kind of flood for G2. This has been the common spot for Tex. No, they actually do want to work back into A, it looks like, and have Tex just be this late play through the mid doors, trying to backstab one of the players that are anchoring when their position is being disrupted by the Hunter's Fury.
Baby Bay's gate crash has expired, so he has to walk now back through spawn to help out here. Here's some of that stall util coming out. Hunter's Fury is in play. That's Trent. Here's the push across the site. Jaws already found Tex. He's playing from mid doors. It looks like he wants a little bit more. Fast lane up, and Valorant is ready to activate. Catches Aspas, unaware, and notches 3. This leaves Mazzino with it all to do, and he needs to turn his back.
He can't even get the spike to the site on time. It doesn't even matter either way. Great hold from G2. Look at the disruption from Jaw when he just gets right back in there with the fast lane, and then the patience from Valen. There was an exact moment, a timing he needed to hit. If he went a little bit too fast, Bruno would have caught him running back in, but it doesn't happen. It's right in the moment where he can just pass through the fast lane that Jaw throws out. That was well done.
God damn.
We start low key on the G2 side of things, but as it stands, they'll end the half with 7 of those defense side rounds still miss util. There does have to be some depth, some elegance to your plan.
That being said, with this Neon and the Yoru being able to create space, should be super effective. G2 also, they lose the pistol in the first half, but win the overwhelming majority of the gun rounds there. So now the double duelists are ready to get through elbow. Smokes up top mid, and for that B side connector, they're able to just group up with the team. Work into an A split. Valen coming late through main. Only one player backside is Tex. Maybe try to go for a spam kill, but ultimately he needs to live. We're headed to a 5-on-5 retake.
We never really saw this from G2. Curious if we get it again in the gun rounds, but still, pistols need to start singing here. Verno does at least have some recon.
With this new G2, we've seen them have a willingness to really fight in the post plants, but it's not going to be a situation where they don't have enough utility on a pistol round and you just have to clear so much distance on A. No, they want to hold for the win con of Leaf being on this long wrap flank. I mean, I'm saying that. They want to fight through. What a timing.
Okay, well, it looks like G2 are more than ready for them.
Util not necessary, really.
Leaf has the off angle. He just wants to get a frag at this point.
That one's done. I mean, he's going to close it no matter what. I thought they were just going to take their time and allow Leaf to work that flank, try to clean up at the end. Nope. They just make all the noise so he can flank even faster, fighting through the wall. Was there any util there? Did they have one flash? They had a relay bolt.
I did hear the flash, yeah.
But there was a relay bolt that came back yellow. I think that was seconds.
Come on, boys! Come on!
I love that, though, honestly, from G2. Again, it's like I'm not expecting them to be going for plays like this, Mitch. After watching a year of Tejo spam on the spike from Trent, I'm just not ready for it.
This is what Sideshow was getting at earlier in that entire sort of piece where he went through those replays. It's a different look team. And these two teams couldn't be more different in style. Ooh. Oh, hit him too?
Well, we're 1 for 1 on pistol rounds in this game. Both of these teams actually with pretty poor pistol round win rates heading into this match, despite being two of the teams winning a majority of their games, which is pretty peculiar.
Well, they both had to play against Furia, who are very good at pistols.
All right, here go G2 again. Just back to this 4-1 split. Zekin is pretty entrenched on the site and does not have a gate crash to get out of there. Okay, almost, but Jaw's a little bit too slippery.
Now again, same situation for MIBR. They've got to play once more into this post-plant from G2. They can do the cringe post-plant stuff if they need to. But they're looking elsewhere on the map. They are looking to catch MIBR on the way in.
Yeah, now if I'm G2 here, I'm really just thinking about trying to get Baby some more orbs. He's getting close to the dimensional drift. So that could be a priority here. Just have him hunt a little bit. I mean, it seems like everyone just wants to hunt and get kills. New G2. Well, Baby, he gets
one enemy remaining.
And that'll be that. The Mizzino with the Marshall that he doesn't intend to keep. Over to the site. And G2 go up to 9 here, so obviously great start for them here in this second half. Again, they do play with that level of pace, but they do hit a site there on an anti-eco where it's just Zekin who doesn't have a gate crash. There's a lot of qualifiers to that round, but still showing some momentum here.
Yeah, now into this bonus round where G2 do not have the best weaponry.
It's kind of nice though, isn't it?
Definitely expecting, no shotguns in 2026 with a Neon and a Yoru, not one. That's crazy. No Buckies? I thought we were getting that 100%. The Bucky into sight pop?
Doesn't look like that is the plan. Fast lane straight down mid. It's G2 off and running early. And with a lot of map control, the opportunity to leave Jorgamo as this insert. Oh, he's got a shotgun.
Shit.
Never mind, he's got a shotgun.
Verno is ready for this, though. No util for Jaw, just straight up peeking out.
Take flight.
Yeah, the awareness there from Verno, just a little bit too much. Jaw not ready for that one. G2 again just pivoting into this A split, but this time the majority of players coming out in A main. Osbos with a pretty cool angle.
This attack side Viper will telegraphs the A split. It's a bit further back, right? Oh, okay. Sheriff work for Baby Babe. Allen on a timing. Quite the right weapon for that scenario, but still.
Yeah, I think there might have been a team flash there too. A little unfortunate. Verno way too far back. Singer not going to be effective there whatsoever.
Verno spotted there. Brief peek enough to show himself. Hex at 58. Downed by Trent pretty easily. Okay. Chance for a plant. Zekindar on the ramp. You've got to start to be cognizant of this now. It doesn't matter. Mizzino's on a mission.
Yeah, G2 just stuck in that site. Feeling the walls closing in, trying to get a proactive fight while they're a man down, even things up. It's a nice little shot from Verno. He plays a good round here for sure.
I remember so much of the conversation when Jorgamo joined this G2 team was about them meeting him in the middle. It does feel like maybe now we're on the Jorgamo side of the spectrum.
Less in the middle.
Yeah.
With Baby Bay coming in the roster. I mean,
yeah, there's a Smeeg majority that's being developed on the council.
And it feels like Josh joined it after years of being the opposite as a coach. Quite in main, that's nice from Zekin, but a good instant trade from Jaw gets an upgrade. Now do G2 just hit the gas? Yeah,
I think so.
They definitely want to.
Just ignore the Viper ball with this fast lane, just run up.
Recon dealt with, so no chance of MIBR getting easy. Spam, look at this from Jaw. Relentless right onto Verno. Baby Bay ready to back him up. The pace of the double duelist from G2 is still just crazy. Lightning fast.
It's not that they're without discipline, right? Much like MIBR, they've had that, but they really want to get this stuff started early on in the round. Mizzino's good from this position. We saw this a couple rounds ago. And I don't know if Baby Bay's gleaned a whole lot of information with this dimensional drift either.
Valorant is stuck pretty far forward on the site, but that being said, G2 have multiple players ready to play off of him in this crossfire.
We need a 2026 Aspas moment.
These smokes are going to be allowing MIBR for the cross. Nebula drops. Valorant ready for the first, and what a transfer for the second as well. 17 and 6, by the way. Kind of just low-key going crazy.
Having a captain's map off the rip on MIBR's map pick.
It feels like in a BO5, Valen always gives you one Valen map, where he's just going to drop that kind of score. The low death a lot of kills scoreline. Usually it's playing on Vine. He loves to give you like a 22 kill, 9 death game, something like that.
Good shit. Hey, good job, Jay.
But right now he is just low-key a beast while Jaw and Baby Bay do all of the fighting in the front lines. He's there just, will buy a mini success here for MIBR. We'll just be getting Verno, the Hunter's Fury, into the next round, so they don't have to worry about trying to fight for an orb.
They're running out of these rounds to give, though, Wyatt.
Yeah, you hate to fight for an orb, honestly, against this G2 team that might suddenly just
run it
down on you. Yeah, the second they hear that audio cue.
This is distinctly different of a round from G2. Maybe just respect for the anti-eco here, Wyatt.
Ospas does have the hero rifle. I believe that's courtesy of the Verno drop.
How far forward do G2 think he could be? Wow, that is clinical.
I got spike.
One shot gets out of there. Did G2 try and commit to this? Jaw has the spike right now. Fastlane, the slow walk
He's
in.
walking, I love that.
Devious.
Throw off the timing a little bit. There's a play with a classic close on site here. Mazzino has already dealt with Baby Bay. Jaw responds, but this is getting messy now for G2. And yeah, it's time for a gambit. He's pinged out though by the recon. This is very dangerous for Jaw. And Zekken slaps him down.
Last player standing.
Yeah, that ultimate still not very good when you're in the middle of the air. Valen now into a 1-on-3. 2 players with just pistols, but Ospas, the GOAT, has the rifle, so Valen is going to take his time. Tex actually recovers a rifle there too.
Concealment.
So MIBR getting the necessary upgrades, but will this be the timing?
Valen trying to keep them
30
interested in
seconds
main. I think he's going to get a timing on Tex because of that smoke activation.
That's free, and he knows he can just run it over towards this A side now. Could try to do something crazy with the Cosmic Divide late here if he really wants to.
Oh, MIBR second guess this. They actually think he pump faked.
Yeah, they want to grab Verno rifle, so he's going to go pick that off of his dead teammate's corpse as Valen brought it to that 2 versus 1. Playing back pyramid now. You know, multiple angles he could try to swing from here. Isolate one fight, bring it to the 1v1.
Would you expect the sole defender to be in Valen's position here? It might be more likely to check the A main fallback based on where the spike's been planted. He's given himself away though. Nice safe pick there from Verno. Valen on the move. Oh, planted down. I can feel something brewing here, Wyatt. You gotta feel like it's possible. Grav well activated. Cloud burst here for some cover for Aspas, but Valen is on the hunt. It's not enough. Aspas though.
There's not going to be enough time.
You can't be serious. You can't be serious. That is a bona fide USDA Prime 1v4 Red Bull clutch to get G2 their 11th round.
Valen is just on fire on this map.
He
Last
is a
round, that
puppet
multi-kill.
master.
Yeah, it was insane. And now there, MIBR just not expecting the timing through elbow, not feeling like that's a possibility. All of them, I think, were staring at main. Miscalculation gets him the free one, gets him the open A site, and then he does exactly what he needs to do in the 1v2. He isolates that first player. When Verno tapped the spike, Ospas not ready to help. And now out of that clutch, G2 want to keep the pressure on. Ready for just an explosive A hit. They still have this Cosmic Divide from Valen if they want to use that, but it's not necessary early when they have 3 walls essentially going up. A 4th wall, why not?
Are we going to break it? Here's Jaw. Doesn't want to swing it as yet.
Do G2 try to go and push through this? Maybe it doesn't have a flash, so it doesn't seem super likely. They have nothing to get past it.
Layers and layers. MIBR have to get moving though. This spike, it's been planted for a hot minute. Cosmic comes up. This time it's from the defenders, but Jaw gets the better of Aspas on the other side of it. Still doesn't want to go for the timing. Look at this discipline from G2. They're not pushing past these walls, man. What is going on?
I'm just trying to win a 1v1 against Valen right now.
Oh, it's not happening.
It's not gonna happen.
6. Oh my God. That is ridiculous. 3 in that round for Valen, 4 in the prior. 12-6 is a scoreline. G2 on MIBR's map pick are a cut above.
I think this is the real danger for this MIBR team. If you're a fan of them, the close loss to Furia yesterday, cooling BO5 into G2, who are peaking right now.
You can't peek me!
Valen is on fire. The duelist just giving him all the space in the world, and he could just work off of them effortlessly.
George watching this battle Astra just knocking heads together round after round.
This G2 team are so dangerous with their new approach to the game.
How do you change your entire game style from one week of Kickoff to another?
Because they have the talent to do it. They have the pieces to do it now. I think Baby Bay's addition to the team and going back to his original duelist role with all those matches he played on FaZe early in Valorant's lifespan has just unlocked a new potential avenue for this team to go down, and it is working perfectly. Second, isolated in the doors right now. Instant trade though.
Harness Fury here from Verno. Now he knows there's a push through mid. Aspas knives. Strike true. He'll be forced off the side for the time being, and Valorant is going to go looking. This is dangerous for the IGL.
He's feeling maxed out confidence, and this distraction is going to work for Leaf, who's just patiently walking up mid, and Valorant, of course, catches another kill.
Not again, surely not. Verno frame marked by Valorant. What? That's up to Tex. The Viper's Pit's about to drop, and the spike is headed away from him.
Leaf just waiting indoors now.
You think he's cortisol maxing presently?
No, definitely looking like the ASU frat leader in that game.
Is he a fraud? Oh my goodness, G2. 13-6 on Breeze to start this very important series. Again, showcasing this new look, these aggressive pops within the framework of some crazy discipline. The kind of discipline that, sure, we've seen from MIBR.
It's 25-7. The scoreboard just popped up for us. He's 25-7, man. Sick game from Valen, but you still have to Sova on Haven? A fade instead of a... You never see that. No Sova? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, every single pick feels off meta right now, except for Yoru, I guess.
Yes.
But I don't even know, man. This is crazy.
G2 have gone from being
Omen?
inoffensive but uninspiring to complete and utter mavericks in how they approach the game.
And I love it. I love it for them.
Yep.
I love it for me. Because they are the most entertaining to watch they've ever been right now. I'm here for it. Baby Bay is just working towards C-Long, hoping that someone just exposes themselves a little bit too much on a jump peek, a little jiggle for info. Doesn't look like that'll be the case right now.
Yeah, Mazzino's really showing very little.
Mazzino, as the rest of the team work into Garage. Prowler comboed with the flash to get that space, and now it is a hit into C.
I like this idea from Tex, immediately activating after Mazzino got spotted, but it's not really paying off, is it? Verno, best he can do is try and stem the bleed, but it was only Leaf to fall by his hand. And it is Aspas on a long rotate to an already lost site. We've heard that one before, but that's some nice shooting.
He could win this. These players are very weak. One shot for Valen and John to go down.
Relay ball, wild, what is that? That was a bit messy. Okay, Valen, I guess, on the run with the frenzy, surely.
Oh my God, that was still dangerous. Trent could have gotten one shot there.
Should tell you how much legacy there is behind Aspas. That situation like that, we are still in suspense.
Absolutely. This, I will say though, in that BO5 against Furio was the map that he performed the worst on. He put up 11 for 17. He was better on every other map in the pool. He's going to need to step it up today. Ooh. What a cool hit this is though, by the way, from G2. They have that util combo for
forgot about G2 Classic, baby. Let's go.
And then after that, they just run it into C. Jaw walls on the right side to cut off the angle at logs so they can just fight forward. That was really sick. And they had their wall into that execute as well. Someone is cooking.
Yeah, again,
Josh RT is cooking.
This Viper wall, obviously from MIBR, will try and give them some purchase to play through that logs and backside direction, but fast lane was a bit of a problem. And now slowly, some of this Killjoy utility is being torn away.
Yeah, Dre just, here's that turret. Knows he should be able to break it pretty safely, as he does.
Ooh, okay. We are swinging it. Okay, all right, bro. Back on the line, gets Baby Bay determined not to allow these pistols to force him away.
Don't hate that MIBR were going for that. A little tough at the long range, but you never know. A couple headshots from multiple players could have sent Baby Bay to the grave. G2 a little bit slower here, though, on this round. Still working towards Garage. Josh still just expending his flashes to fight in there.
This is the anti-eco protocol. We saw it a bunch on Breeze as well.
Has to be said, though, this buy for G2 is light on a round 2.
Oh, Valorant has the
left.
sixth sense for this. They tried to drag his aim away with that recon. No, he snapped it back. It was almost magnetic. And there's Verno, pinged out by the horn. His time is short, and Aspas barely gets a look in.
2 pistols and a Marshal brought into that with the Bulldog and Guardian. Not much weaponry for G2, despite they won the pistol round. And they still make it look so clean. Gonna buy up a couple rifles here, crucially. Jaw with that Phoenix ult already.
You gotta love that from Valorant. He's aware midway through that bolt flying across the screen that he needs his crosshair back on that Nebula.
That's not ready.
No, love to see Phoenix on Haven. It's giving FaZe Clan Invitational. it's giving 2020 Valorant.
So pretty sure Dre was playing the Jet and just sneaking down A main on defense with knives. I remember that well.
G2 just slow in mid right now, waiting out any aggression from MIBR on this defense. But that is not going to come as they are just spread around the map, playing around this Aspas op. Jaw has been flashing into Garage here on both of the rounds so far. Aspas could be in danger.
He might just time it as well and take the shot if there's a curveball.
Oh, well, no curveball, just a free little kill. First blood for Aspas, and now with a minute on the clock, what will the pivot from G2 be as Leaf makes a ton of noise towards C-Long, sending up that clone. Sends a gate crash in there as well.
It does pull Mazzino over towards Garage area. He gives up a bit of this space on B, but G2 are not convinced that...
Are they going to go for some kind of crazy split into C where Leaf does take that teleport? Is that the move?
I think off contact he might.
Oh my god, I mean, Aspas, they didn't even need to activate that play to take care of him at default. He just goes down straight away.
Leaf still isn't TPing in. You'd think off that contact he would have gone for it. He's going to walk up C-Long instead.
30 seconds left.
There's that seize for back plat. Nebula comes down at the choke.
They don't know about backside, I think, which is why Leaf doesn't just blindly go in.
Ooh, great shock.
Spike down.
Leaf
Good
picks
catch.
up that operator, by the way. MIBR in the 4-on-3 now. No utility for these G2 players to work with. Going to be all about the gunplay.
Box him into the site with a dark cover as well, make it so you can't play post plant from long. G2 forced to play close here, and Leaf's lucky to get away. He'll gate crash out.
Gate crash out, but smoked off. Actually, that dark cover does drop, so still will be a factor, that turret.
The Viper Wall matters, though, in terms of trying to hold here from long. Trent does this quick peek, and Zekken is out of the mix. That's the Omen gone. What can Leaf see here, though? Babybay's really got to pave the way, and that's going to be the Viper Wall coming down. No one's coming to save MIBR. And that's a bonus round conversion for G2.
Took Leaf a second, but he's able to close out the round after Baby Bay makes some nice aiming adjustments on that site. Double push through that wall in the smoke. Wasn't perfectly timed from MIBR, and that allows him to get the 2-piece.
One enemy remaining.
This wall is honestly paying dividends.
Come on! Come on, baby!
Such a strong statement to make here at the start of Haven. On the attack side, in fairness, but Jordan now has that runner back ready to go.
Zeno backing off towards C. Instantly back into Garage.
Makes sense to you. Ooh, nice from Tex, but again, it's...
Instant trade from Valorant. It just doesn't even matter.
And George just picks himself back up and gets back to business.
And he'll probably get another Phoenix ult just as fast as he got the last. Only a few rounds to get it, so.
You're going to have to look out for that if you're MIBR, because Jor's going to walk into contact lines, especially looking for Aspas with the op with that ultimate every time it's up.
Whether it's Leaf or Baby Bay, they are just intending on having a lone man working C-Long, taking contact fights for G2. So far, the map is just Garage and C. They don't even know that the rest of the map exists. Yeah. Well, they discovered B on one. They haven't unlocked A yet. Oh my god, second what?
3 with right click, and Leaf can't even intervene. Zekken gets himself the heck out of there. The damage surely has been done. That's the kind of straight-up composure under pressure that only New Jersey can provide.
MIBR just simply need to capitalize on this round. You can't let a play like that go to waste.
God, it was perfect.
Baby Bay is ready, though. Aspas does not have the HP to tank a shot from the Outlaw.
He's just holding here.
Oh, he just wants to bait it out.
Baby Bay's surely aware of this. He's got to be careful. Zekken gets close enough. The crossfire won't save Drake.
Well, here's that Aspas goes right into Garage. This is madness.
Oh, he's doubling back
around to see long.
This part is quiet.
Time is ticking right now.
Sees him coming, and the second shot connects. That's Aspas down, and now it's on Zekin. Some serious heroics at the start of the round with a classic 3 stunning right clicks, and it's not enough.
Feels like MIBR just could not get synced up in that moment. Aspas making all of that noise, and we watched Dre just make the right positional adjustments. What a crazy 3K, not clearing this corner. Third one is pretty insane. And that play, though, made irrelevant. Completely irrelevant.
Dimensional drift now up for G2. Leaf running back the Ori, looking pretty good at 5-1 thus far. I say running back, assuming he's done it before, but it's the first time in a while.
We're going to see G2 just cycling Duelist ult into Duelist ult to win out these rounds and have some potent executes. Aspas wants to get in front of this utility, get close with the shorty, but he can't capitalize.
Bit of damage on Jaw, but he's more than happy to keep pushing up onto this side from backside. It's Verno. Tex gets in there as well. Hunter's Fury. These Baby Bay, the last player now for G2. The Cosmic Divide committed to the round for G2. And now Mazzino and Tex should have this B side on lock.
MIBR's anchors were able to pop off there, and boy, I was really worried for them after Aspas tried to play close with the shorty. Didn't even have a chance with the op. But what could Baby Bay do? I mean, surely nothing in this situation, right? Just this crossfire should basically be impenetrable for him, and you're gonna get the swing off of it from Verno. There's just no way, right? There's just no way, okay. All good for MIBR, finally able to get something on the board, recover that operator.
Good discipline from them. And G2, honestly, there've been a couple of close rounds here. MIBR doing pretty well. I mean, Zekin getting 3 kills with just the classic.
That was a crazy kill, what the hell? It was a great Hunter's Fury as well that came through.
I like that from Mazzino, just bullying himself onto the site.
Yeah, able to really just flood in with the chaos that that ultimate created. Play together on defense. G2
going A.
They've unlocked that part of the map.
The DLC.
No, never mind. They discovered A lobby. That is as far as they will go.
They've refunded it.
Right back to garage.
Oh, yeah, see, too confident.
What? I mean, yeah, just after 3 peaks.
Their comp has a lot of tools to get him into garage quickly, but they just overestimated the Prowler's protection there.
Oh, Nightfall lets G2 know that backside is clear right now, so Leaf wants to get forward, but it's not like that angle's cut off, so walks into a 2-man setup.
This is dangerous for G2. They do not have information. They know MIBR is starting to filter into the side. Yeah, straight into an offline. Baby Bay shuts Tex down at the very least, but now he's got a 1v2 with an op. That's rough. Oh, my goodness. It is possible. Second, will he be spotted in this smoke? No. Gives it a tap. Surely he emerges off some kind of timing. This would be an ungodly flick like we've never seen before. Zekin is cool and calm.
MIBR acquiring their second desperately needed round. How does Baby Bay always hit those kind of shots?
The hospital flicks.
We see him hit like the 10 out of 10 on the difficulty scale shots consistently. That is crazy.
I just love that from Zekin though.
Insane.
Just a dark cover, walk up in there, know you have the edge. That's beautiful stuff.
And 4 stunts of the eco now, by the way, after winning 4 rounds in a row. MIBR really back in the game.
G2's comp, tons of stuff to fight into these chokes. But they overestimated the Prowler last round. Now it gets harder with these weaker weapons. Okay, supportive force is active.
Someone want to break that turn? Nice.
Now, Mazzino has been jump spotting in prior rounds.
He will not be doing it. I would be shocked if he jump spots on this round after hearing the ult beep off.
Yeah, he's heard the voice line.
Do not do that, Mazzino, please. You want to go to Chile, right, bro? Do not jump peek back plat. All right, they're crossing into A lobby now with that Nebula down.
Drone's going to see it, though.
Unlocked. Trent is going through, and that's going to force Verno back. Aspas as well. They can double up on the site. Zekin, rather, is getting there pretty quickly as well. So they have enough players to nullify a hit when it does come through, and it will come through. G2, they want to commit.
Uncomfortable for Aspas. He actually doesn't quite know where to be standing. That Molly made it awkward, but Verno is in the corner. He's found 3. And that's going to put the round to bed. MIBR with a flawless fight their way back into Haven.
Verno just always at his best when he gets to play the Sova. Really always has been. And MIBR, they are right back into this game. Shutting down this eco. Great fast rotate to get everyone into that A site. Tour de force, zero value for Dre.
Okay. Listen, yeah.
Most emotive Verno moment.
Genuinely, yeah. We actually got a fist pump there, which is crazy. Okay, timeout here called by G2.
Indicates that they're going to try to slow the game down here after playing pretty much just rapid pace rounds only. So your standard smoke going down deep A lobby, which G2 do not care about one bit. They go right past that. Leaf is into A long with the Nebula cutting off a potential op angle if it was Ospas playing that side of the map, but he is just watching down mid at the moment. Recall Star forces him off the line, doesn't want to hold it, and suddenly there's someone on that angle ready to just shoot him while it drops, right? So
it still feels like the game plan is this Phoenix ultimate. Jaws tucked quite far forward.
Going up.
Sends the wall over towards Garage. Prowler, they're making it seem like they're trying to make that foray into Garage. And, well, shut down right away with the ult as G2 try to desperately make something happen on this A side. It's going to be a long, long rotate with the spike from Trent to get over towards A.
And Verno just stopped them in their tracks over towards the A side of the map. 40 seconds left in the round now. Very much a default for G2, but none of their options have worked.
Yeah, the intentions of that play were shut down straight away. Ospas being able to get rid of that Phoenix ult there. Good blind from Jaw is in, does break that turret, is trying to make it seem again like we're going towards B, we're making something happen here, and it is working.
It's working.
To the extent that this C site now open. They'll have to deal with Zekin in Garage. Jaw, does he sniff this out? Does he check the that tight angle though on the corner?
Zekin afford to sit there for too much longer. He's definitely not going to stop the plant. Shock dart on towards Trent. It's just negligible damage though.
No ultimates in play at the moment.
They're
this
gonna
Garage fight is going to be crucial. Zekin caught with a util out.
Paranoia.
Horrific timing. What a shot from Dre as well.
This has come together so nicely for G2, but they've got to stick the landing. Verno with a swing. Leaf out of the picture. So many eyes on this spike though, and Garage is under G2's control. No util here for MIBR to cut this part of the map out of the equation either. And so they step up into Valen's crosshairs one by one and fall like flies. Aspas needs to work some magic, but Trent, he's the nullifying factor.
The G2 team do a really lovely job in that post plant of getting the Garage control and then using that map control to the max. With Valen, you saw him playing kind of closer here, right? And then he steps back. Right behind him is Trent. They have a setup to face that next player that's going to try to swing in, get the trade. So even if Valen goes down there, that second MIBR player was definitely going to go down to Trent anyway, unless there was some kind of insane spray down, right? So
Joel really sold at B as well.
Yeah, that pivot that they made back after the initial play completely ended up working. So Josh finding success with the timeout that he called there, giving them the strat into that round. Valen here with the Cosmic Divide. Mzina with the Pit hasn't tried to use that early to control any space, holding on to it for later in the round.
Always the contested part of the map. It's another variety of wall here for Jaw to at least imply some control of Garage. That alarm bot hasn't gone off yet, and Verno gets exploratory.
Fast rotate now coming from MIBR. Look at them going through B, trying to get here in time to support Zekin, who is fully committed right now, playing from hell. But the swing out, just caught by Baby Bay, who excels in these kind of situations as an attack operator. It feels like he's just always on the right angle, and he's never going to miss.
Zeno's committed to A fully here, but I don't know if G2 are.
Ospas is pulling off. Tex is aware that position would be taken by someone on G2. Jaw breaks the alarm bot, but the crosshair was not placed accurately.
30 seconds left.
He's shut down. Ospas was already rotating away, bought that breaking of the alarm bot from Jaw.
You see Mizzino where he dies? He's pulled back from that tucked close position to Sewer.
Yeah, G2 are really using the Phoenix presence as a fake, just trying to make it seem like, hey, we're going to keep playing this like we did in the early rounds. That Phoenix, like, tip of the spear. We're following him up. But it hasn't been the case on round 8 or now round 9. And look, even though G2 had a huge advantage, that usage of the Phoenix in the way still does put the nail in the coffin here.
He's not keeping this gun.
No, there's just no way. Valorant too close up. Finally removed from Ospas' hands as G2 extending the lead.
Losing Verno sort of early to mid in the round is really what makes it impossible for MIBR to make the right choice about how they set their defenders.
It's peaks like that against Baby Bay Chamber on attack that will just get you punished. That is how he exploits teams. We were seeing that on Bind consistently. When looks like MIBR might want to fight heavy for a lobby out of this timeout. Ospas ready to run forward with the Bucky, and maybe if things get scrappy, hell, Verno could even send out the Hunter's Fury to try to get an advantage here and win an eco round.
TP forward here into Sewer. That was Zekin.
It's not going to be a heavy contention though from G2 towards A lobby. They are just straight into B this time. Leaf planting that spike. Jaw wants to fight for more, but Verno was too close on that smoke. Error exploited for MIBR to get them the advantage, and they have a lot of ults to play with. They might just send it right now.
Verno gets a ping, he could go for it. Here's the Nightfall. Catches on the 2 off the site. We do have that lockdown in play here.
Yeah, placed by Tex in garage.
He's fighting for it, he's defending it, and he's able to hold on to it. This gets awkward now. Everybody has to pull out, but look at Tex, he's going to catch them in mid. He will fall, but the detention for Leaf hits hard. That is a stunning round here for MIBR. Big investment in some of these ultimates, but honestly, they still keep the Hunter's Fury.
And Jaw just regretting that he went for that push solo all the way into the A connector. That is just some hungry to get kills play. I'm a Phoenix, they have pistols. Let me just go kill him, try to get my ult again real quick, but punished so heavily by Verno, just tucked in this corner. Flash not connecting, but then later in the round, yeah, Tex is just a hero there. Sick 2 shots.
I mean, Tex with a Sheriff is, yeah, it's always something to behold. And G2 are expecting him to push up to really fight for that lockdown position.
MIBR collect a couple rifles. Economy gets that stimulus for the last few rounds of the game, and as you mentioned, ults retained. This time G2 get right through A lobby with Mizuno wanting to slow them down. Ultimate ripped into long, playing in there with the Judge, so that's not going to be particularly great for G2 to go into. They have Prowlers if they really want to go for him. Maybe a Prowler into a Seize, something like that, or a Dimensional Drift into a Seize. I mean, they have some options if they really wanted to brute force and try to kill the Viper. I think they could, but also they could just go somewhere else and use the Dimensional Drift for an exec, maybe go through Garage, clear all of that out.
There are 4 other lanes that they can take on this map.
And the lane is going to be through the B site right now. Into that connector, does spot out Zekin. They hear Tex on the run as well, as Leaf just going to get straight out of his backside.
He's going to fight! Zekin was ready for a great pursuit there from the Omen player. And the Hunter's Fury from Verno, well held from the last round. It's instant value.
That was across a map, Hunter's Fury, by the way, miles away. And Verno was still over on the A site.
Baby Bay wants to get over towards that link side here. MIBR will give them a bit of space. And he is convinced that Verno is up on that stairwell. Not a bad spot to hold here. Verno none the wiser.
You want to fight it?
Okay. Cosmic Divide active now. This is getting a little dicey for MIBR, but they got the numbers in a big way. Valorant has the post-plant util, though, and right on the other side of the wall are his would-be assailants. There it is! 2 for Valorant! Is it going to be enough? You better believe it! Now to 1v1. Valorant gets back onto the side, and there's just no time for Verno. What do we say about captain's maps? He's giving us another one. 16-9, and a massive clutch.
And the Cosmic Divide placed behind the spike a little bit, so they're exposed to him while playing in the connector there, and it seemed like Verno was well aware that there was presence in connector because he was so patient. It seemed like he was even aware that there was going to be Baby Bay potentially playing in A. Fraud is just beside himself.
Baby Bay did lose that isolated 1v1 against Verno.
Valen top fragging another map. Playing the Astra again.
They just
crazy.
Doesn't matter.
Where are you?
Aspas has the operator. It has not been dominant on this defense at all, even though that is his go-to weapon. That is what he's known for.
Look at this garage emphasis.
Yeah, this is essentially hoping that Jaw is going to flash in. Maybe Tex can, you know, turn it in time, have the judge, but the Mazzino is just ready to swing off of it close range with the Stinger.
It's very expensive, though. It spreads you super thin across the rest of the map.
Yeah, they just have the alarm bot with the Molly over at C long, if that gets triggered by any presence, right? But even now, look, Zekin is posted up close. He has to keep his eyes on B more than Garage, but you know, there's a chance he just gets pulled to the wrong side by G2 showing presence on either one and then getting through free elsewhere.
This isn't conditioning. I don't know what is. Valorant also implying a cross of lobby. Okay, on the main we go. That garage presence heavy could turn into a wraparound, but this mid presence, BabyBay is watching double door garage.
Looks like Tex wants to push out there, but he's going to have the judge at long range. Leaf is in some danger, wants to be silent, doesn't want them to know that he's on that cross.
Tex has got a judge.
Yeah, what are they supposed to do? How can they even flank out of there effectively? It's not going to happen. Leaf spotted out backside, but he's able to just teleport away. Time is ticking again for MIBR. Not one player dead on either side.
Burno's in though. That gate crash means there's little inside presence for G2. His Leaf had to get out.
They can't block it either. It's not at half. Tex is just still sat there with a judge. He can't flank effectively.
Flash comes in here, Burno. The relay bolts are going to be deployed. Getting a bit ugly now. Mazzino looking to try and get it to half. There's going to be some shots on the diffuser, and there is. That's going to be enough. Oh, G2 rolling it back a little bit with the classic B main post plant setup. And get themselves to 8 for the attack side.
MIBR have the guns and the trap play for if G2 push into Garage, but once they just work around that, there's no opportunity to close the gap with anything that they've got there. Easy for G2 at long range to just play post-plant spam. They keep it simple, but that's all they needed to do.
Yep.
Great attack half from G2. You mentioned it there, but I think the conditioning from early in that game, brute forcing through Garage, really putting the emphasis on playing around the Phoenix, was then something they were able to work around later.
Nothing is guaranteed. Everything must be earned. And now MIB are heading into the second half of Haven. There's only 4 of those defense side rounds, but now they go to the attack pistol.
I am very excited to see what G2 have in store for us here with this comp on defense. MIBR just want to start this off playing off the wall.
I like this.
If he's in danger, of course, can just get away, and there it is, Vintage Chamber.
And he barks out some commands as well to the rest of G2, making sure they know there are players afoot.
Does
in
Leaf
sewer
stay tucked? The gate crash is going to expire. Trent and BabyBay just fighting for it. I mean, this round is just cooked, man. Yep. It's actually cooked.
5 health per second. A classic. And dreams of kind of returning to that international representation that he enjoyed a lot of last year.
All 3 events last year, has never not qualified for an international out of a kickoff. But 5 HP in the clutch, even for one of the best players we've ever seen in the game, might be too much, but I don't want to speak too fast.
That's my job.
From the server first.
We're going to have a double up here from the last couple of players. 5 health for Zekin.
I mean, he could even die to Jog's wall right now.
Yes.
Which you would hate to see.
But he has been present at 5 out of 6 of the last global events. Okay, here's the Blaze Wall in play. Zekin's going to have to make some noise at some point, I gather. Jaw gets it to half. Okay, Zekin's given himself away and quickly silenced by Jaw. This is a dangerous situation to give up another pistol to G2 here.
Eventually, they have options for multiple oppers, by the way, coming off of a pistol round win to boost their economy. Probably going to just be BabyBay opping, but we saw Leaf doing it a little bit in that first half too. They could try to run double op if they want to really just be obnoxious. But this is a pretty straightforward round from MIBR that just gets dismantled because they're contact walking into the guys with teleports.
Oh, we are forcing.
Yeah, they're forcing up. They feel like they're in a dire situation. They are in a dire situation, and they want to do something to gain momentum, have a bounce back here.
Dangerous stuff for BabyBay. This time doesn't have time to get away. Okay, the Stinger playing towards sewer. They've read this well. Trent looking to back off now.
The grapple and the seize is going to keep those players from MIBR at bay. A Molly on top of that, pinged up by the Haunt. This util is just overwhelming from G2.
But again, Nonoga push there for Jaw, exposes him. Trent's going to try and play tuck, play safe. Valen through the smoke, but this thing is finding one. Now Zekken will round the corner straight into the Bulldog. Trent notches his third.
What? Verno, after dying, gets a kill with the shock?
Mazzino doesn't quite know what Leaf is, though. This is dangerous. Oh, it's Wayward and Leaf. That's a nail biter. But in the end, he never took that much damage.
You just see the frustration, the dismay on Mazzino's face. Slams the desk after that.
Honestly, sound plan.
I'm sorry, this round from G2, though, is sick. The util is crazy coming down at short. G2 get the kill in sewers. They are straight up sprinting. They go into a seize, then they're running into a grab well, then there's a Haunt over top, and there's Jaw's Molly. Everyone from G2 can get there in time, and they're even at a man disadvantage. You can see they're at an advantage because they just have everyone on the site ready to stop them with all of that. It's crazy.
People forget just how good a duelist with a flash and molly is.
Trent, by the way, just one away from the Nightfall after these first 2 rounds.
Yeah, we raised a question mark about the fade on Haven, by the way, but so far, I haven't seen any huge issues for the lack of Sova.
Go, go.
Well, MIBR, nothing to offer in this round in terms of the weaponry. A couple Sheriffs. Jaw ready to play off this trip, just jiggling that left side. Close up with the Stinger, close to getting his ult as well.
He needs the Astra util here. Whoa, okay, a lot to see there again. Big push up from Jaw.
All right, MIBR will be able to get this space. Trip not activated just yet.
Spike planted.
Sees is good on to Zekken. But no one from G2 in position to play off of it just yet. Is this timing from Leaf perfect? Yes, it does seem to be.
Mazzino's having strips torn off him very, very low after that salvo. Now behind the cloak, he can get back onto the sideline. Beautifully done from behind the Haunt, get into the site itself, and Verno all on his lonesome. Another solid round for G2. Not the prettiest of bonus, but it's not really a bonus because it might be our force in the second anyway.
Yeah, fair attempt there from Verno at the end, but G2 just able to display some good fundamentals getting back in there. Jump peek, instant swing. Leaf has a great flank timing. This is something that we're seeing from G2, this iteration of the team as well. On defense, they are so proactive at pushing out extremities and going for long flanks on retakes. We saw that a lot from Jaw when he was playing the Neon. Now we're seeing it from Leaf on the Yoru. Just an additional layer of danger going up against this team right now. Something that they, opponents always have to keep. Something that's going to fully disrupt MIBR at some point. Because they have plays like that ready to go. We just are yet to see it.
Yeah.
I was half expecting that this would be the kind of round where they'd send that in. Something massively disruptive from an, to counter whatever MIBR have planned out of the timeout. But at the moment, it is just patient.
This time, Jaw has some backup here.
Yeah, Dre an unexpected angle playing up top, getting the teleport there pre-round. Double face, Verno in danger. He's got to retreat. Luckily, New Haven, he's not going to get spammed through that wall. Exactly. On Old Haven, he might be dead.
That was informative, but all it does is provoke Jaw to move over towards the garage direction. It's more even distribution of G2 players across the map now, but MIBR seem adamant about working their way into A.
Slow contact down short, same at long right now. Tex very far away, playing over at that C side. So MIBR could try to late round rotate back to him. But it doesn't look like they want to. Okay, yeah, they are going to leave now. They're going to have Verno stick around with that drone. They have the recon. Ospas going to make it seem like there's going to be a lot happening at A. Smoke just came down in heaven.
Maybe Bay's on an aggressive line.
Here comes the fast lane, but at the same time, they're just walking into C.
They're hitting 3 sides at the same time.
What a timing.
Okay, Jaw dropped, but it was a runner back. I think you're out of options here as MIBR. 13 seconds left. What are you going to run for the C side? Zekken tries to go for a plant, maybe? Valorant is ready for everything. Look at the half peak. Oh, even stunning up Mazzino with the Nova Pulse. Zekken Not so isolated now, is able to get the plant, but Mazzino just got trashed.
This is some of the best play I think we've ever seen from Valen, which is a high bar that he's already set for himself. But
He always
today,
does it
he
in
is
playoffs.
unbelievable.
It's always in playoffs, man.
4-on-2 retake. Zekin, Verno.
Trent on the backstab. Everything is in place. There's Jaw, flash. It's a little too easy, it seems.
And Zekin is just unable to do anything off of it because he's caught in a grapple, has to come out, has no hope. Valen adds another one to the tally just to boost the VLR stats. That play at long, though, having the timing, the wherewithal to go for the Nebula, just the recall star, rather, at long, where he catches Tex exactly as he's about to round the corner for that free kill.
Planted.
What a heads-up play. Wins that duel against Mazzino. He is playing so well right now. It's crazy.
6-7 rule.
I don't know what the rule is.
Presented with that comment, yeah. What is the rule? Not sure.
Post-game interview.
He's... Yeah. Yep, Riv, get it in there. 22-10 is Valen's scoreline, and now we are at map point. Haven and Breeze, both maps we haven't seen from G2 so far, and now we realize that they've been cooking.
Jaw and Dre going for that high-low face again. Mazzino
just
hungry to fight, loses that duel. High-low from Dre and Jaw, nets a kill. G2, match point. The game is just firmly in their hands, dominant on their own pick.
Valen wants to push even further up. They're going to be watching for this, but it just doesn't really matter. He still gets
Still just going to get his. Why not? Osboss is at 5 HP. You mentioned it at the top of this game. Maps 1 and 2, we just have simply not seen G2 on. And this iteration of G2, the new G2, are going to hit you with the craziest comp that you have seen so far in 2026. Something you could simply never be prepared for. Their playbook is dense, and also they are just going to hit you with relentless aggression. That was effortless. This is G2 at their very best. And Valen